Lukan Online here from Deja Vu FM. I'm here with Ellis, and we've got our special guest of the day. He goes by the name of Akala.
Yes.
Akala,
Bless up.
great to have you on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you've been around for ages, and everyone knows who you are. Don't make me sound old now, innit? But everyone knows who Akala is, and you're more than just a musician. People know you for various different things, being on TV, for debate shows and whatever. Mm-hmm. My main question, I'm going to cut straight to the chase rather than build into it, but how do you know so much stuff?
I was very lucky. I went to a Pan-African Saturday school, so I had a certain kind of community-based education very early. Mm-hmm. And then I just love reading, bro. And I got a good memory. I got a terrible memory for names. And I got a terrible memory for...
You ain't got enough space for names.
Yeah, it's all the information.
Facts, I'm good. But I can't draw, you know. Everyone, I think because I'm academically... we live in a society that we're trained to value academic intelligence over other forms of creative intelligence.
Yeah.
I draw like a 1-year-old.
Same.
It's fine. Yeah, I'm like, rah, you're a magician.
Exactly.
So it's just, that's the thing that I'm good at.
Yeah, okay. I've always had a thing for people with good vocabulary. I've always tried to build in my vocabulary. Yeah. I speak fairly well, but I'm dumb as hell, but I try and pretend that I can speak because I speak well, so people don't realise the fact that I haven't got a broad vocabulary.
Yeah. I'm sure you have, but
it's broader than most, but
it's nowhere near
in comparison to yours.
Yeah, but everything is relative, right?
Yeah. It's true.
I haven't got as broad a vocabulary as Bertrand Russell. Or whoever, right?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Exactly. You see, like, even...
That's normal to
do you know what? That's what I mean. Even, like, you see, even in your lyrics, they're so intelligent that it's not like a normal song where I can be like, okay, yeah, this is a calm song. It's like, alright, cool, man speaking. Wait, let me take it in. If I want to take it... Like, how can you make a song and I even research someone that you've talked about in your song?
But that's the idea. I mean, I grew up listening to Wu-Tang and KRS-One and people like that, who rapped about philosophy. They rapped about history. There are Wu-Tang songs where I've Googled, well, I didn't Google back then, but researched.
Yeah, true.
What the hell is my man talking about?
Yeah, true.
And I think that hip-hop really had a unique position to educate. And that's what made it very dangerous for a lot of the powers that be. And I remember when really overtly conscious rappers, to use that cliched term, were quite popular, were mainstream, like were big even. And so I think that...
Like who?
So for a period, Dead Prez, when Dead Prez's first album came out, it was bigger than hip-hop was everywhere. And Wu-Tang sat on that fence. They were street, but they were also spreading a message. Outkast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with them, it was quite subtle, their message there, wasn't it?
It was subtle, but it was there.
Yeah.
Public Enemy were obviously the last and probably the only time where a very overtly political rap group sold millions of records. You know, but we've seen that the return of that with someone like Kendrick.
Yeah.
Again, he plays the game, and there's the club songs and the songs about girls and alcohol. But think of a song like Black of the Berry, or Mortal Man. Yeah. He's the first artist in a long time that I've seen with that level of mainstream success that has actually something to say about the world.
True. True. So, do you look at these artists and draw some sort of, what's the word I'm going to look for? Do they inspire you in any way to continue doing what you're doing? So I feel that sometimes, because as I said about some of the artists, that the message is kind of subtle. Yours is right in your face, and it is an education. So you're going to have to do a lot of research. If you haven't got a Google, then it's an encyclopedia job. But you're going to have to research a lot of the things that you say. And it's good because it allows people to grow and obviously develop their minds and all the rest of it. But do you sometimes feel that you have to dumb down your lyrics at all?
No, never. I think one thing I've learned over the years is never underestimate the intelligence of your audience. When I wrote my first Fire in the Booth, I was nervous. I thought, like, something that so clearly critiques white supremacy and classism and the state of the world and how people are going to react. Am I going to get bare blowback and stick? I thought, it's the most viewed thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
So that Fire in the Booth, let's go to that. Was that the first one?
So I've done 4 now.
You've done 4 now,
I'm
okay.
talking about part 1. So after part 1, I was like, wait, what I'm saying
I've not seen it. I've only seen the last one then.
I think I saw 2.
What part 1 taught me is don't underestimate the intelligence of your audience.
Yeah.
Like, they're not stupid.
Yeah.
Just stupid stuff is constantly promoted to people.
Yeah.
But when people are promoted something that's different, they're capable of receiving it.
Yeah.
And so I think we shouldn't underestimate our audience or underestimate people.
Okay. So I'm as I say, you're known for various different things. I'm a fan of you as the person who will go and speak for the people, more so than your music.
Yeah, 100%, that's all good.
Which obviously makes you more of an entity in a way, because you offer so much more than a lot of people. But when you done your Fire in the Booth, that blew my mind. Like when you went into into that studio on that day, did you have like were you going there like as a fighter, like this is going to be a Fire in the Booth to kill all the other Fire in the Booths?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Charlie kept telling everyone else's theirs was the best, so I dressed.
Yeah,
that
there
in
was
my
a few
lyrics.
good ones in the lead up because
It's like,
yeah,
oh, this one's the best, that one's the best. I'm like, fam, you can't tell everyone theirs is the best.
he has a lot of people in the best, I don't know.
Don't get me wrong, I get it. You're in the moment, you're gassed. Someone's just spat some sick bars.
Yeah.
But rap is competitive.
Yeah.
It's like no other music. It's competitive. It's a sport. As rappers, we might love and respect one another.
Yeah.
We might even be brethren.
Yeah.
But we're going
Going
into
to
the
that
ring as fighters.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, yo, I'm in the ring. I ain't pulling no punches. I'm swinging for
Yeah.
man's head top.
Because I got that impression that you went in there looking to take off someone's head, like
A million percent. I went in there to say, no, theirs is not the best. Mine's the best.
Yeah.
Because rap is competitive.
yeah.
And I think that, I've always maintained my identity as a rapper who has that sense of arrogance and swagger. Like, no one wants to...
But you have to a degree, right?
Yeah, if you're a rapper and you're too humble, no one wants...
It won't really
that's
make
not what
sense.
rap's
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Rap's about showing off.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I have a nice car. I
Yeah.
just don't see the need to show off about my car.
Sure.
I run 2 companies that are both successful.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think showing off about material things is my alley. I will show off about how many books I've read and make it sound cool.
Yeah.
I will show off about my level of lyricism.
Yeah.
But I think the things we should show off about is about changing the value system.
It's true. I think that's kind of sick as well about you because for me, I'm so young. I just turned 18.
I'm so young.
So, yeah, I'm
You
so
are very
young. But I just turned 18 and like a lot, I'm not going to say all because I don't really listen to it as much as my friends. But a lot of the music around me is like either about glamorizing Roadman or, you know, talking about, I got a Gucci belt, I've got this, I've got that. And then it's like, okay, you got that, but like, I kind of want to hear something else. I kind of want to hear like, all right, cool, you got that, but how are you going to use the money that you're making now to build a future for yourself? Or how are you going to do this or how are you going to do that?
In all honesty, I think most of the people rapping about crime are not successful criminals, otherwise they wouldn't be rapping about crime. I grew up, I don't say this to people often, but I grew up around a lot of organised crime. That's just the truth. Some of my family friends, my uncles, they were actual roadmen. I don't mean like rap roadmen.
Yeah.
None of them made songs about it because they were doing well. They were making lots of money in the streets. Why are you going to go on record and snitch on yourself? So I think that the rap fashion, I think it's okay to question. Like, there's a place for so-called road rap or gangster rap.
Definitely.
There's a place for it. But it's healthy to question, well, when young black boys are rapping exclusively about murdering other black people, we're also allowed to question that. Because my mum's white. I love my mum. My family's from Scotland. It's gully in Scotland. Worse than lots of parts of London.
Yeah.
If I started rapping about killing honkies and crackers, I ask black boys this all the time. You laughed. It sounds so absurd.
Yeah, it does.
I've been in prison and I've said to man, them, look, you've written your lyrics, you know, you spray niggas, I get it. I'm not even knocking you because I used to rap like that.
Yeah.
But if I rap about murking honkies and crackers,
Yeah.
what would you think? And they either laugh, just like you did, or say, nah, fam, that's racist. I'm like, hold on a minute.
You man were just,
You just wrote, splash niggas with the 9, red.
Yeah.
So why is it racist? My mum's white. I love my mum.
Yeah.
If you touch my mum, I'll punch you in your face.
Yeah.
Like, don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
Like, so what?
Yeah.
You can rap about murdering black people, but if I, as a mix, you used to rap about nigga this, nigga that. So I think it's healthy to also question why certain things are seen as socially acceptable and why others are not. And why so-called conscious rap is stigmatized, whereas rap that promotes... Someone said to me the other day, this was one of the most accurate analogies, right? When hip-hop began, it was like, don't do drugs.
Yeah.
Then in the 90s, it was, I'm a drug dealer. Now it's I take drugs.
Yeah, it's
When
true.
did black people start making songs about taking drugs?
It's true. It's
Like,
so true.
I'm Caribbean. I grew up with no cocaine
Yeah.
in my brain. I grew up with Bridging. I've gone to a house party
and seen
in Church Road, and man are just doing lines
exactly,
with their mums. Like,
exactly.
that's not our culture.
exactly.
Man sell drugs,
Yeah.
but the culture of glorifying the consumption of Class A drugs has never been something in our music. When did that start?
So why do you think that is, though?
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? 'Cause there's 2 points I want to raise. So why do you? I want to ask your opinion on the points that you've just raised. Why do you think it's more acceptable to talk about killing niggas and you can't about to say, oh, kill a white man or kill a honky, whatever, that's racist? And why do you think we've now evolved, for want of a better word, to a point where it's cool to take drugs rather than where we were before?
I think corporate control of the means of production and distribution of black culture means that you can control what is and isn't popular.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if artists that question the status quo,
Yeah.
Lauryn Hill went to jail recently for tax evasion, right?
Yeah.
If you know Lauryn
didn't
Hill's
know that,
history and you know her
Yeah, she
music,
did. Yeah.
right? You know that she's someone who's consistently questioned the status quo. She's someone who spoke out against the Catholic Church.
Yes.
I'm not saying that's why she went jail. I'm just saying that if we look at the history of artists that speak out, Bob Marley got shot. Then he mysteriously died from cancer. His own mum doesn't believe he died from cancer. It's worth knowing. Peter Tosh got in the problems he got in. Jimi Hendrix got in the problems he got in. Even with white artists, John Lennon and people like that. John Lennon gets shot by a fan. Maybe he did get shot by a fan. I'm just saying, I find it weird that the artists that tend to get in the most problems tend to be ones that are speaking out socially.
Yeah.
Whereas artists that glorify selling drugs and killing black people, you know, get all kinds of corporate sponsorship. So the message to young black men particularly is hatred of black people pays.
But it's accepted by the masses. So
But
it's accepted because we're taught that.
Anything that's promoted enough is accepted. So if you had songs on the radio all day long about anything, it would become socially acceptable. There was a time when reggae music, our parents' whole generation turned Rasta. You can't say that's nothing to do with reggae. Of course it was because of reggae.
Yeah.
Right? Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, Gregory Isaac, all of that. And then you had even white people with dreadlocks. So the influence of popular culture is undeniable. There are people who are in positions of power. Every so often, someone sneaks through who questions that power. But in general, they are able to spend billions of pounds driving what isn't popular culture.
yeah.
It's not a big conspiracy, it's common sense.
Yeah.
So there's value and money in black people disrespecting one another.
Yeah.
There's promotion in that. But none of those same black rappers who've made all that money doing that, I'm not knocking them as individuals. I'm just saying we're allowed to question it as a community.
Yeah.
If they, instead of rapping about murdering niggers, were rapping about killing cracker cops even. So not just white people in general, but police brutality, or even not even killing them, just spoke out against what's happening to black people in America right now, would they be rewarded to the tune of several $100 million the way they have been?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying that you can create a mainstream norm by what is visible.
Yeah.
And by giving the impression to young people that artists like Immortal Technique or Dead Prayers or myself or Low Key or people who question are not successful. By giving that but to me, it's like, what's success? I run 2 companies, my life's fine, I'm not struggling for money, like, I'm not a multi-millionaire, but things are okay.
Yeah.
What's success? If I take a little bit more, I get offered adverts all the time, let's be quite clear. I turn them all down.
In terms of what?
So
Appearing or
adverts
voiceovers?
to sell products. Like phones, drinks, soft drinks, fizzy drinks.
Yeah.
I get emails.
Why do you turn them down?
Yeah.
Get
Cash that
computer
check.
games.
No, but then that kind of brings you into what they want.
It's not that, right? What it is it's this. If I got offered an amount of money that I could build schools with or change lots of people's lives, I would have to seriously think about that. If I'm only getting offered a certain amount of money that will make me a bit more comfortable, there should be things we are and are not willing to do for money. As a person with my politics, I'm not going to sell you drinks that I don't drink.
True.
Does that make sense? That I don't put in my body personally.
Yeah.
I have a mobile phone, it makes me a hypocrite. But I don't want to sell you mobile phones when I know the minerals come from the Congo and millions of people have had to die for me to have this mobile phone.
Yeah.
It's the difference between me consuming it and me out and saying, hey, go buy this. I'm not knocking no one because not everyone's politically aware of those things.
Yeah.
What I'm saying to you is our moral compass as a people has been massively influenced by culture. And a culture that says you ain't shit if you basically can't afford the same stuff that rich white people have. And let's be quite clear about what it's saying. They're not saying go and buy Nigerian clothes. They're not saying go and buy Indian clothes. They're saying French champagne, German cars. I drive a German car. And, you know, French champagne, German cars, Italian clothes. That's the whole remit. If you can't... Do those people love us? Do they build community centres in our community?
Half the time they don't want you wearing them clothes.
Right. Exactly.
And we're still begging it. So you
Yeah.
have to say what's wrong with the mentality of a people who want to do free advertising for people who are like, we don't even want you monkeys in our stuff.
Yeah.
So I've got pride. I wear nice clothes. I mean, even these tracksuit ones I'm wearing, believe it or not, these are very expensive tracksuit ones from a very expensive designer, but I know the dude who designs them. I get friends and family discount. I know they're ethically made.
Yeah.
And I know that the dude is cool and he doesn't mind black people wearing his clothes. In fact, half the models are black, right?
Is that a British designer? Is it?
It's Maharashi.
Okay.
I don't like to advertise for people, but so for example, I just think we should have a bit more pride, and I think it's okay to question what the norms of what's promoted in hip hop and why certain other things aren't.
Okay. Right, so let's talk more about Akala, the brand, because
Yeah.
you touched on slightly on the fact that you've got 2 businesses.
Yeah.
So people, and you did touch on the fact that people measure success in different ways and may not know that you're comfortable because they don't see you flossing and doing this, and maybe not outwardly having millions of videos of doing all sorts, whatever.
Yeah.
So, but behind the scenes, you're comfortable. So let's talk about Akala, as I say, the brand. What are the things that you're into and you're doing at the moment that people should be aware of?
So obviously we got the 10 years of Akala triple vinyl, which is 3 songs from each of my 6 albums put on a triple vinyl. Comes out on the 23rd of September. There's a lyric book and photo diary that goes with that, which is like a retrospective lyric book of the last 10 years. I'm doing a soft limited edition release of a new comic called Visions, which is a magical, realist, semi-autobiographical story. You'll be able to get
Is that what
on-
you touched on in your Fire in the Booth?
No, so that book is already out. That book's
Okay.
called The Ruins of Empires. You can buy that from my website, akalamusic.com.
Okay.
That's a graphic novel I wrote in 2014. I've just signed a deal to write some children's books with a major publisher, so you'll see about that soon. So there's things popping. I've completed 2 EPs that will be coming out next year. Working on album number 7. Grafting away. There's stuff.
A lot of stuff.
So how do you have time for comic books, writing books,
2 EPs.
2 EPs,
New album.
new album?
Bloody.
Traveling, teaching.
Yeah,
hip-hop.
travelling.
So you're obviously
You know
speaking to
what?
people like.
I graft a lot. You know, I think that there's this myth that creative people are like, they just turn up, high and it just comes out. No, discipline. I make time. I manage my time where I have a good team. But also I feel like I've travelled so much, I've read so much, I've listened to so much music. It's not difficult for me to create new things because of that discipline. So I'm
But then you're also involved in your training. So you do so. I used to get in trouble for it. So when we were outside and you're doing your little shadow box thing, I used to get cussed for that because when I used to do my training, whatever, I'd always be walking
addictive,
around.
yeah,
Yeah,
Muay
I
Thai,
know.
yeah, I do a little bit more.
So you're still training, are you?
Yeah, not as much as I'd like, but yeah.
So remember, I think I saw an interview of you. I don't know where it was, and you were talking about you got a sick sadistic side. We just like fighting.
Yeah, I don't mind the good old punch up. It's fun. I would prefer not to do it in a legal manner in the street, but I used to spar every Sunday in Tottenham at one Muay Thai class, and I enjoy it. Even when I'm losing this, you learn something about yourself when you fight.
Would you be interested in taking up fighting at all, like for like a charity match? Or?
Maybe if I had time to train properly, I would do it. My brethren did one last year, boxing match. I wouldn't do boxing. I'd probably do Muay Thai, which is a bit more brutal. But I'm better at Muay Thai than I am at boxing. Not that I'm great. I'm okay. I'm competent. But I'm not fantastic. Yeah, I would do it. I would do it if I had the time to train as hard as I'd like to.
But obviously,
there'd be nothing worse than getting in the ring and being like, I could have beat this person or I could have done better if I'd have trained harder.
Yeah, true.
If you lose to someone's better, there's no shame in that at all. If you lose to someone you feel you could have beat because you didn't train properly, that's that would be annoying.
So you've accomplished so much in your life. Is there anything that you feel, you know what, I didn't do that, and maybe I should. I wish I could have done that. Or
no, I wish I could have done past. I want to build a school.
You want to build? Is it something you're working towards, or you think?
I am. I'm not literally building it right now.
No,
but in the next 10 years, I definitely would like to work towards building an educational institution.
Where?
Wherever I can. That looks at what it is to design an education for the future. And an education that provides people with emotional, spiritual, cultural intelligence, as well as just intelligence that helps you get a job.
So if you had the opportunity to do it in London, would you do it in London, or would you look to do it elsewhere?
Yeah, wherever I can do
literally wherever.
I'd like to do it in a country where there's more need for it maybe than here, but if I got the opportunity to do it here, yeah, of course I would.
Cool. All right. So, Akala, it's been great speaking to you. But in terms of the promotion of your new project, are you going to be performing anywhere or headline performances?
Yeah, so I've got the whole tour for the whole of October, 27 shows in 32 days. The London show is at Coco.
Just don't stop.
Exactly. The London show is sold out, but it's at Coco on the 12th of October. So yes, the show's in pretty much every major city in the UK as well. So just check out akalamusic.com, check out my Twitter or Facebook, and I have the full list of where I'm performing.
Before we go, how many hours a day do you sleep?
Yeah.
Not enough. I suffer from very bad insomnia, which is a pain in the backside. Probably sleep about 4 or 5 hours a day.
Seriously?
Wow.
And do you wake up fresh?
No. I want to sleep more. It's not just out of choice. It's my mind's too overactive, so I don't sleep as much as I'd like to.
Okay, no more books. Do you watch? Do you watch any trash TV at all? Do you
Not
like
trash, but I do watch some TV. Like I watch How to Get
Geordie
Away with
Shore?
Murder.
No.
How to Get Away with Murder. I watch, which is a great series.
Do you watch Sherlock?
No, I watched all of Game of Thrones.
I haven't watched that. I didn't watch.
It's incredibly well written. It's very Eurocentric.
Exactly why I didn't watch it.
All the black characters are slaves.
Exactly why I didn't watch
But
it.
it's incredibly well written. So
I've got a
it's
clue.
difficult.
Listen, Akala, it's been a pleasure.
Absolute
Yeah.
pleasure.
Thank you very
Big
much,
up.
sir.
Yeah.